Could we please ask the City Rep Department and associates, colleagues to come to the witness table?
Appreciate that. It's really nice of her. That's fine. Yeah. Oh, good, it's good. How do I turn this on? Don't turn on yet. Thank you. Do it. I think this is where you do it. Okay.
Well, good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to your first City Council budget hearing, and I want to congratulate you on your appointment to the new administration. I know not just myself, but along with my colleagues in this body are excited about some great things that are coming our way through the City Rep's office, so welcome. If you could state your name for the record and begin with your testimony, please.
Hi, thank you, Councilman Bobby Heenan. Sheila Hess, City Representative. Okay. Well, as I mentioned, good evening. And I am so proud and super excited to be your city representative. So I'm joined here this evening with my colleagues, my First Deputy City Representative Margaret Hughes, and then I also have Deputy City Representative Elka Battle Morello. And I am so pleased to appear on behalf of the Office of City Representative request for a fiscal year 17 general fund budget total of $1,010,1100. Now that's a decrease of $73,820 from fiscal year 16 estimated obligation levels. So during the first 101 days of Mayor Kenny's administration, the OCR has produced 4 major events with a combined 63,000 attendees, represented the city at close to 20 different business and civic functions. I met with 5 international delegations and provided almost 400 gifts of recognition, created 130 ceremonial documents for local residents and organizations, and garnered almost $30 million in media impressions. So the Office of City Representative, we're called the OCR, promotes Philadelphia and all its diverse neighborhoods as premier tourism destinations and ideal places to live in, locate business in, with a sense of pride. The OCR proactively reinforces this essential marketing message through the production of special events and leisure attractions throughout the city. Now, this is a central part of Philadelphia's identity. As the OCR's strategic plan to increase the department's presence and positive impact within our vital neighborhoods is implemented, fiscal year 2017 will be populated with every event taking place at all points across the city for all ages, all cultures, and high-quality, cost-effective, and innovative events that are welcoming and accessible. The OCR provides ceremonial documents, as you all know, and gifts of recognition to acknowledge exceptional service to the city and its citizens. Council members also frequently call our office upon the OCR to provide such acknowledgments to deserving constituents and businesses within their respective districts. As city representative, my direct participation in a variety of public, private, and business functions extends the reach of the mayor's office and furthers the OCR marketing mission to keep that momentum going. So the city representative serves the city in an ambassadorial role to raise global visibility and advance the economic development internationally. So since January 4th, I've had the pleasure of welcoming lots of different dignitaries, business delegations from the province of Quebec, Canada, the Republic of China, Mongolia, Japan, and Ireland. It's been amazing. The OCR team is taking a new collaborative approach and work with internal city departments, and already we have touched a lot of different lives in those departments. Civic groups and nonprofit organizations, as well as the business community at large, to strengthen the internal and community partnerships. The OCR excels at this kind of relationship building, and we will utilize its specialized expertise to serve in a bridge-building role, linking the neighborhood groups and organizations with the city departments and resources that support the development of successful special events. So the OCR has historically served as a production home, as you know, of two of the city's largest signature events. That's Wow Wow Welcome America and the Philadelphia Marathon. So production responsibility for these programs has recently redefined, but we've enhanced it in order to maximize the department resources and best utilize areas of the staff expertise. So as an example, Wow Wow Welcome America 2016, we will see the OCR continuing to produce the festival's Celebration of Freedom, and that is known as the morning ceremony, at Independence Hall on July 4th. And we will be providing the overall festival with marketing and promotion support, while the nonprofit now, Welcome America, Inc., will take the lead in event program and sponsorship development. These enhancements will enable the OCR to expand its event roster and the number of neighborhood-based events that take place to increase community engagement and market the distinct character of these neighborhoods. The OCR will rely on council's intimate knowledge of all the district constituencies and the intelligence gathered by council's standing committees to maximize community outreach and assess community needs. So working with also the city's new Director of Digital Director and the OIT department, I was really excited that the OCR has launched a brand new redesigned website for all direct public access and input. It's a new functionality, and it's focusing on the improvement of the citizens' customer experience, and it allows the OCR to connect with these new partners in the community with proactive messaging. The OCR website has been designed as a platform, and it includes social media now as a means to establish a more inclusive dialogue with our citizens here in our region, as well as a broader outreach to the world. Examples of current OCR programs and events impacting the city's diverse neighborhoods and communities include the Philadelphia Collection, that's promoting fashion and design and retail corridors from Germantown to South Philadelphia and beyond. The Philadelphia Marathon, that features the cheer zone promotions in neighborhoods located all along its 26.2-mile course from Manayunk to West Philadelphia. And PAL Day at City Hall, for example, that is engaging youth served by 18 PAL centers located in the underserved communities across the city, and that's just to name a few. In addition, and upon request of the mayor's office, city departments and community civic and business leaders, the OCR organizes a variety of community events, including the memorial ceremonies, groundbreakings, ribbon cuttings, and frequently takes place in council districts and your own neighborhoods. As I mentioned, these are just a few of the highlights from the OCR's published testimony. I have not yet touched on the OCR's support of all the other major events, including the excitement coming up in just 100 days, a little bit more than 100 days with the DNC in July, where our staff are now actively participating on DNC planning and serving on several committees. I also want to add that just last week, our team was very fortunate to be part of the big picture to plan the Villanova Parade in 3 days. I think all city services and partnership with Villanova was outstanding. It was safe, it was fun, and it was a great event, and I got to see firsthand what it takes to put on such a production. And let me tell you that the city of Philadelphia is ready to do this more and more. We're capable, we're seasoned, we're experienced, and we do it with a pleasure and a positive attitude. So our department has, as you mentioned, Councilman, a new energy, and we are trying to instill it throughout all of our community and continue to build upon the trust with open dialogue and a much more transparent communication with all of our partners and new partners to be, as we definitely are going to be much more visible in our community. So I thank you for this time. I thank you for this opportunity to present this testimony at the end of the day in person today, and I welcome any questions or comments from the council members that remain. So thank you.
Well, thank you for your testimony, and again, I certainly appreciate your energy, and
Thank you.
look forward to the city, we're OCR, and
Yeah.
its new vision or continued vision.
An enhanced vision.
Enhanced vision, very well put. And it is our hope that we grow and build off of some of the international recognition that already exists. And I think there's opportunities to communicate more with the business community and have them as real partners with the city. Is that going to be a part of the growth of OCR in your vision moving forward?
We've been getting a lot of requests already, and I'm amazed at how many people are reaching out, and that's one of our goals, and actually from a measurement perspective as well, that we will truly be focusing on.
And, I have already experienced myself attending some of these dignitary visits. So thank you so much. I mean, I really do think that goes a long way when we're a heritage city, as well as looking to expand our sister cities. I know
Yes.
Commerce was just here, and some of the groups. You are as OCR collaborating interdepartmental as you.
We work extremely closely with Commerce. We're actually in a lot of their meetings. They invite us to all their functions to bring in the business, so it's a dual role that we're playing, and I think that is strategic, and it's really good. It's we've expanded our partnership a lot more, so they know that they can rely on us for anything.
And I think that's the I think that's the missing piece, right? At least from the comfort level that this body has when we look at our city rep's office. I mean, you have a lot of good, talented people who
Yes,
want
I
to
do.
do great things. Having that kind of interdepartmental collaboration. I mean, you had mentioned the website. I mean, there's innovation at work.
Yes.
And we've received 23.
Check it out.
we received 23 awards for innovations in the city, and this, and being civic-minded, just like this interactive website that you showcase, I think really sends a message, right, to the communities, like, come on downtown, right, or in different districts where we don't get that kind of publicity and recognition that it deserves. I mean, we're doing a lot of good things, whether it's our bike, our paths, our trails, economic development. Our port is going to be hugely successful, I think, moving forward. So I really am excited about some of the things that you're discussing and in the direction that you're heading, and how we you are our voice. You are our promoter of the city of Philadelphia, along with our mayor. And we encourage you to keep pushing along, keep doing the work of the good angels.
I hope you're ready.
As we like to say, the marathon and Wawa are obviously the big revenue generators and major international attractions here in our great city. But promoting manufacturing, not just in manufacturing in widgets and products, although we want to continue to do that. But we are a city of makers. We're making technology. We're making software. We are making fashion and design, and we're making music. And all of that, all right, is on your shoulders. Please help us promote it. I mean, there's a lot of good things that I think that we're doing, and I think it's a great story to tell.
Yeah, we're supporting also Macy's Incubator, which is also part of that statement you just referenced, which is another new, exciting, innovative opportunity for our city.
It's great. It's
Thank
great.
you.
Well, thank you for your testimony. Chair recognizes Councilman Dunn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good evening.
Good
I just have
evening.
two quick comments, nothing to do with your testimony, though. I just want to give you guys a shout out. That police athletic league event that you had here about 2 months ago was phenomenal. First time I ever went to it, and I thought you did a great job with that. But more importantly,
Thank you.
pulling off the parade last Friday, the Villanova parade, with 3 days' notice, with the world's eyes upon us, the world was upon us, We were on national news, went off without a hitch, no incidents, nothing. It was perfect. For Philadelphia marketing, that was the best we could have done, and I congratulate you and your department because you did a great job.
Thank you. It was a true team effort from across the city services, but we all stepped in and did our role and did it successfully. So thank you, Councilman.
That was great. Anyway,
Appreciate it.
congratulations, and we look forward to doing more promotion, especially I would love to see us promote our expanding technology, because that's a big part of our hopefully new economy. So thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Chair recognizes Councilwoman Blackwell.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
It's a pleasure to see all of you, and I am very glad to hear. In fact, the chair just mentioned the work that we're doing on the waterfront and our new focus there. The late Lucian Blackwell, my predecessor, of course, always talked about the fact that we didn't use our ports, and like we should. So I'm glad we're finally there. But I wanted to also mention what I mentioned to the Commerce Department, and that is our flags. I hope that by the time the DNC comes, we can have our flags up, and we've been waiting for a couple of years for the 8 African and Caribbean flags. In fact, we meet tonight, so I can tell them they mention every time. We've gotten to the point, as I said, that we borrow one from them and then have a ceremony downstairs. Now everybody does it and comes back, and I know there's a room upstairs where they even have material where we can make them if we don't. I know that we send out for them, but we
Yes.
also have a room where they can be made as well. But I'm hopeful that we can finally get past this, because it does become embarrassing when they say my flag's not there. We work hard on sister city relationships with the Africa and the Caribbean. We meet every second Wednesday across the hall. We meet at 6. So as soon as we're done here,
We have documented that, and we will definitely follow up on that, Councilwoman. It's amazing in this role in just 101 days that the amount of requests that we receive of how many notice when the flag is torn or it's wind damaged or if it flew off.
Exactly.
Or it's actually very special to see the attention that these flags get on our parkway, which is so unique compared to any other city. But they asked for all the new flags to be added as something that we're taking very seriously.
Yeah, you'll probably have to just change them all, because some will look
Yeah, they
like
are changed
dirt.
twice a year as well. They are changed automatically twice a year.
Thanks. So I'm going to tell them when I go across that I talked with you,
Yes.
that you all are working, and it should happen
Yes.
soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's a yes for the record.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Great. I have 2 questions, and then I will end. What is the net economic benefit for large-scale events coordinated by the city representative's office?
The economic development, it's based on the size of the event, based on the time frame of the year as well on the events. We are working closely with both of our partners, the Philadelphia Convention Visitors Bureau, as well as Visit Philly from a tracking for all the destination for the hotels and the restaurants that give us reports and data and information that we're able to collect, and then that will then determine the economic impact. And we were hoping with Friday, with the Villanova Parade, being it was a Friday, it was very family-oriented, that people stayed downtown, went out, purchased merchandise, did a lot of different things like that. So we will be able to put that in a year-end report with all this information.
That'd be great. And I think your testimony states that you have experts that are gathering some quantitative data.
That's one of our goals
on
with
such
tracking.
events and things like that. Did that happen before the planning of the DNC or prior events? I mean, were we as an office, the city rep's office,
I'm going to
gathering that data prior to this administration? Or is this a new approach on the vision of the city rep's office and how we can actually how we can maximize and leverage such events?
So it's probably, the answer would be there's a new attention put on it, not necessarily a new approach. And the other answer to your question is yes and no. So for some events, I know that there was an economic impact study that was commissioned by, I want to say the Commerce Department, but it was executed by the eConsult, and it was done, I believe, pro bono. And that study was the last one that was actually done, and that was after the first year of Made in America. So, of course, there was a push to find out, well, how are we doing with this? Because, we all have this assumption that there's revenue being generated, and it's new revenue, excuse me, and not revenue. So apparently the economists measure new spending as not folks from the suburbs who are coming in to buy things. That's considered regular spending, and so we don't track that for some reason. So I feel like in our office, what we're trying to do, to answer your question, back to this new approach kind of thing, is to figure out ways to track and measure and discuss spending that may not necessarily be counted as new, but matters still. So we were saying, before the Villanova parade, that we expected that vendors downtown would see a nice boost in their sales that day. Why would that not be a good thing, right? We feel like that should be counted. So the economists don't track that. So apples to whatever. I mean, we should probably come up with what we feel like would be something that we should measure consistently, and then we'll start getting a baseline, Councilman. And we'd love to work with you guys on any ways that would make sense for measuring what's important.
I just think that it is measurable, and I'm going to call it the new approach, all right? Because I think you started out with the Villanova parade celebration, which was fabulous, and I think we need to talk about it. We need to tell our story. I mean, we need to tell everybody. Our city workers are coming together to provide a core service to attract further economic benefits to its local businesses and showcase, our pride and joy, which is, Center City proper,
Right.
and our neighborhoods.
Yes.
In our neighborhoods. So with that, my last question is coordinating, these large-scale events and everything like. I think you had mentioned in your testimony about Homeland Security, not.
It's a different way of looking at
funding
things
some
now, right?
Right. So I guess is that going to be for, is that including the DNC or larger events? They're not. I mean, is that a firm? We're not going to grant any more resources to the city on
The
these kind of
DNC,
scales?
though, from my understanding, the DNC that will be qualified,
It will qualify. Okay.
yes, for the DNC.
So some of the quantitative data that you put together will actually supplement some of that, and hopefully
From my, again, from my
from an
understanding,
optical
yes.
standpoint when it comes to budgeting.
Yeah, with very limited resources as well.
Okay,
So.
great. Well, look, I appreciate it. We are joined by Councilman Taltenberger. Chair recognizes Councilman.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I have no questions, but I do want to tell you how delighted I have been in my first 100 days of working with your office. You've been exceptionally cooperative, and I think you're doing a great job in representing our city and getting the word out there. And the Villanova parade was really of great testimony to you and your staff, because everything worked, I thought, from my perspective, pretty flawlessly. And I think a lot of
thank you.
good things were had by many, and it attracted a lot of people in the city, some of which I don't think have been in the city for a long time. So it's all good things, and I want to be on the record of praising you and your staff, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman. And actually, the vice versa, the echo, compliment you for reaching out as well, being proactive to our office in my first few weeks in office. Your staff has been stellar. I've been engaged and partnering with some activities as well, so it's been a very rewarding experience getting to know you and your team and all the council members as well. So we're looking forward to doing a lot of new things, a lot of great things for our city, and working with each and every district with all the council people. So thank you for bringing us on board.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Great. Thank you, Councilman. And thank you for your testimony and answers of questions today. We look forward to working with you. The chair recognizes another friend of the OCR, Councilman Squilla.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate you guys hanging out all day, and I know it's not easy to sit there and listen to all these questions from council, but we do appreciate the efforts made by the city and your departments to promote the city and make it a better place. And I really got to say that it's very refreshing to have the cooperation from the administration working with council, and when things are happening, to reach out to council to be a part of that. I think it's important, and I think you guys are doing a great job, and can't wait, looking forward to the end of these continued 4 years and beyond to work with you to really represent the city in a great light. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilman. As we stated, we're just super excited to have the opportunity to partner with everyone in this administration, and look forward to working with you and your folks.
And it's nice to see all that energy, to jumping up and down. It's almost like the Jane Golden of the representatives office.
You bet, and this has to be one of the most complimentary departments that has come in here, and that's a testament
It's
to...
end of day.
Well,
Thank
look,
you.
Thank you. All right, congratulations. Look forward to working with you. Being that there's no other questions from members here, all right, there being none, this committee will stand in recess until Tuesday, April 19th, 2006, 10 a.m., at which time we will reconvene right here in this room, City Hall, room 400. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you so much.